When I go to the liquor store and I don't really know what kind of beer I want to drink, and I can't really find anything that's jumping out at me, I almost always go back to this beer right here. It's a great day for some park beers. This right here has been one of my favorite beers for like the last 3 years. Pretty much every single time I order it at a brewery, I'm gonna have a good time. I know that. It's a solid choice. I really haven't had any bad ones before. All right, it's called Cloud Juice. It is a hazy pale ale. This is a New England pale ale. If it was a little bit stronger, it would be called a New England IPA. So these are NEIPAs and NEIPAs. And oh my God, they're the bestas. My glass to go. Shing. Oh yeah, there we go. Just lovely. This is gonna be so goddamn delicious. Even when I bought it at the liquor store, the girls were like, wow, going with the classic. Maybe I should put away these beers actually. I am in a public park. Oh my God, that is the smoothest, most delicious beer. This is an unfiltered, very low bitterness style of beer, and it is absolutely delicious because the hops that they use in this beer are all fruity, citrusy, delicious hops like Mosaic, Citra, Galaxy, El Dorado. A lot of the flavor profiles to those hops are stone fruit, passion fruit, citrus, mango, watermelon. Like it's just, oh God, that is so beautiful, that sunset. Absolute treat to put in your mouth. You can see it's unfiltered, it's hazy, and that's why they call a lot of these New England IPAs or New England Pale Ales a hazy. This one here is called Night Gallery. It is a hazy pale ale, and it's also called Cloud Juice, which is such a good term for it because it is really like, oh my God, it takes you to another level. I'm just gonna get into the history just a little bit. What I could read online was that this beer was definitely brewed in Vermont. As to when, I'm not entirely sure. An article I read, it said 2004, another one said 2011, but one thing that they all agreed on was that it was brewed in Vermont by a man named John Kimmich. He and his wife, Jen, opened up this Alchemist pub and brewery in Waterbury, Vermont. Started creating this thing a few years later. It was part of the beer awards. It just blew up all over northeastern United States and Canada. I don't know a lot about Vermont, I'm not gonna lie. I know that in like Seinfeld and Friends and How I Met Your Mother and all these New York City sitcom shows, they drive up to Vermont for a weekend away. So I imagine it's pretty nice there. Why they call it a New England IPA? I'm not entirely sure because like New England is comprised of what, Connecticut, Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Vermont. So maybe they were just nice enough to, you know, allow the other states in on the action. I don't know. I couldn't really find anything about that. But I mean, really, at the end of the day, the big thing about the New England IPA, or this one, is a New England Pale Ale, so just a little bit lower alcohol percentage, and there might be a few other factors that make it a Pale Ale rather than an IPA. Just the bitterness level is just, it's so much less than your traditional American IPA or British IPA. It is just far more fruity, citrusy. It is still a very hop-forward beer, and there is a small malt character present. It's gonna be a little more juicy. It's gonna be a little more fruity rather than earthy, herbal, anything like that. It's blown up so much, almost every single brewery that I go to, they got one of these on tap. And I almost always at least get it in a flight, if not a pint of it, because I really love trying them. There is still quite a broad spectrum when you get into the New England Pale Ales and IPAs. NEIPAs and NEIPAs, they're just fun to say too. Like, best day ever. I've had so many of these in the last 3 years that I would say I'm not getting sick of them, but I kind of, a little bit. I think I've just drank way too much. The last 3 or 4 kegs in the kegerator have been New England IPAs. They're all super delicious. Everyone who comes over and has one, it's like, oh man, that's a really good beer. And it's like, yeah, I know. You can't really go wrong with the hazy. I don't know, maybe just because of the fact that it's summertime, I've just been enjoying maybe a little more Kolsch's, Pilsners, some Mexican lime cervezas, or there's been a lot of cervezas going around. from craft breweries lately, and they've just been absolutely delicious. So I've been crushing a lot of those as well. And like wheat beers are really good for the summertime too. We got a pineapple wheat beer in the keg. There's just so many beers. I think I gotta make a video on my 5 favorite summer beers from this past summer because it's just so fun to go through them all. Either way, that's the New England IPA or New England Pale Ale or the hazy beer, and I hope you know more than you did before watching this video. So thank you so much for watching. Give me a like if you liked it, subscribe if you have a chance, and we'll see you guys in the next video. What do you guys think about my little pint glass to go? It is plastic, so it's not drinking beer out of a glass, but I definitely got room for the head to form. A lot of aroma and flavor going on. One thing to mention too is that the hazies, they're typically a little less carbonated. So if you really want that crisp beer at the end of the day or after you're done mowing the lawn or walking the dog, yeah, it doesn't really have that that crisp lager or pilsner or any kind of vibe going on. It's very it's very less carbonated than that. Oh, I think oh no, I got a crack in